Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel, keeping it good and raw. I need y'all to subscribe, like the video, do all those things that we need to do, right? There was a video I did when I was saying, look, sometimes you need to just talk straight, say what it is, you know, about being in front of a jury or whatever. Let me break that down because it needs some clarity. I'm never saying tell. I'm never saying tell. But what I'm saying is, if you talk in code to a point where it's like, bring the things over here, I'm over here at the spot, bring 3 of them, bring 3 of those pizzas, right? That's kind of, you know, funny style. But if you say, look, man, bring me 3 Viagras, bring me 3 Viagras, you know, because I'm going to be doing some things tonight and tomorrow and this week. So bring me 3 Viagras. What I'm saying, if you have 12 people that have to judge you, that first scenario I gave is suspect. The second scenario I gave, if a person is having sex and they might be in a certain age bracket, they can relate to the experience of bring me 3 Viagras. Bring me something so I can do what I do. But they may not can relate to you saying, you know, like before, bring 3 of those things, you know, 3 of those pizzas. You know how we do it. Clearly, you're talking in a code that the average person cannot relate to. And understand, being in the streets, hustling, doing whatever you're doing, have a strategy. It's not just offense. So sometimes you have to think about being caught before you're really caught. Understand that. Think about being caught before you're really caught. Because when you're caught and you didn't think about it, you know what it is. It happens every day. So let me get into the video that I wanted to talk about. I want you to look at something. There was a few things in this guy, Young Pharaoh, and he's talking with Tisha K, that, you know, was deep, right?
Never been to prison. You don't know what these people doing when ain't nobody looking.
Okay.
Ain't nobody violating nobody.
But you're not in prison now?
Doesn't matter. I know what they're doing. I know for a fact the police are frame your ass. I know that they'll pull you over and put some shit in your car and say you had it and take you to jail and get you to work and can't nobody see you and kill your ass. In jail, they killing motherfuckers and still counting them like they there. They'll give you 20 years, kill you, bury you in a graveyard that's in the backyard, and they'll come around every day and count your ass like you in that cell and you ain't been in that cell for 5 years. They doing that. But no.
Now, this is a video of Young Pharaoh and Tasha K. And he's breaking down his experience. And we know his experience is a lot of people's experience. Being in prison and seeing the most ferocious things happen. He said people are in jail because they got framed. They're even murdered. And they're buried in the backyard and still being counted. And if you're being counted, you're still getting government funding for that person, even though they're in the backyard, buried, the backyard of the prison. Because if no one's checking for you, and we know in a lot of cases, some people don't ever get visits. Nobody checks in on them. So that is a sign. Just like if you're in a nursing home or you somewhere, when nobody's checking for you, then you're a nobody.
But nobody paying black men attention. Y'all not paying us attention. We surviving that on our own. I grew up around people that's black women, that's drunks, and all hell could break loose. I grew up around very immature and irresponsible adults. We was smarter than adults, raising our damn selves.
Okay.
I grew up in a household where the oldest watch the youngest, and the youngest become the oldest, and they watch the next youngest, and the parents is out doing whatever. That's the truth. Ain't no lie. The parents want to party and club, and we watching our fucking selves, fending for ourselves. That's the truth. That ain't no lie. That's not a lie.
Woo. You know, clearly he has a reality in his life that he's speaking about, but this reality is not really exclusive to him. We know a lot of people that, you know, raised with women that, you know, partying and not really being responsible. He said it's irresponsible. So the oldest kid really becomes the caretaker of the home. And after he grows up and he gets on, then the next oldest becomes the caretaker of the home because the woman wants to party and have fun. He said he grew up with irresponsible women that were supposed to be the protectors, the caretakers, you know, sharing the love and the direction for the youngins. A lot of times when I was growing up, an older dude could say something to me and I just have to handle it. Yo, what you doing over here, shorty? Yo, straighten yourself up. Go do this, go do that. Because a lot of things were more community based and we looked out for each other. We checked each other. We spoke when we needed to speak. Now, if an older dude says something to a younger dude, the younger dude might go get his mother and come back, and now it's an argument. And she might go get a dude. Now it's a confrontation. You understand? So we're in a different time. And because we're in a different time and the way things are handled are not basically like we're looking out for the community. Everything is individual based. So when you come, what man want to be arguing with a woman about, all I said to your shorty, he was out here acting stupid. I just said, yo, check yourself, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. And he run get you. He run get you. And you want to argue with me? And I was just trying to look out for him. What happens, a lot of the older dudes get frustrated with trying to even say anything to a younger person when they see them unruly or out of pocket, being unmanageable, unmannerable, undisciplined. You have to allow the older people to say something to the younger people without interrupting. It's just the love, the checking, bringing a better understanding, saying something so he don't get caught up in the traps. Because there's traps. There's traps. And I'm for real. Concrete and steel.
Open up shop, building blocks in the hood. Generational wealth, that cycle understood. Mom and pop, black hands baking the bread. Cash flows back to culture well fed. Spend that dollar where your people reside. Support the roots, let the family thrive. Brick by brick, we gon' rewrite the script. Black owned stores, let the tables get flipped.